Come on, United! Let's smash up these absolute Robin Hood Nottingham Forest melters. Come on, United! How are you doing, everybody? It's a Flying Pig on Flying Pig United with another cheeky little video for you. This is a live preview of the game tomorrow in the FA Cup 5th round. Taking place tomorrow in Nottingham, guys. We're going to be talking about the team news, the lineup predictions, all the rest of it, all the latest sort of fallout from the guff of the weekend. And in preparation for the guff of this forthcoming weekend as well. Welcome in everyone in the stream. Rain Man, what's happening? Mike Jones, yes lad. Kingslayer, Disco Dave, let's be having you. Lillis United, hope you're good, mate. Simon Warner, Scott Problems, King Kenny, get out. Dan Rill, Lillis, Nick Pendragon, yes, good day from down under. Kieran, let's be having you. And everybody else as well, welcome in the stream tonight, guys. Thanks for joining. Do us a favour at the start of this one if you haven't done already, and smash that like button on it. Give us a raw thumbs up at the start of this stream. You know it makes sense. Every little like helps. Also, share it around on social media wherever you want to share it. You can give us a repost if you want on Twitter or whatnot. And subscribe, of course, if you're new to the channel. Hit the subscribe button. Help us get to 81,000 subscribers. Get yourself subscribed if you're new and get yourself involved throughout. We will be getting in and out the chat, of course. And we'll have a bit of a Q&A at the end of the show as well. Nice one, Fick. What's happening there? Jan 0071 as well, mate. Get in there. Mohammed, Simon, everyone. Connor Walsh, get in there, you legends. Yeah. Right, let's get into it then. So we've got these Nottingham Forest melters coming up. Man United on the back of that absolute guff performance against Fulham was the absolute pits. Ten Hag's United looking absolutely devoid of any sort of style or unity, just guff. It's simply not good enough, guys. The style of football that United have been putting out there as of late, it's just simply not good enough. Are we going to get a response, a reaction against Forest tomorrow? Well, we bloody well should do, based on how shite they were the other day, and the fact that we are coming up against relegation candidates, relegation fodder. Nottingham Forest here in the Cup. It's a chance for United to prove something to somebody, that maybe they're not a complete band of absolute melters, band of merry melters. We'll see. We'll see if they've got the bottle to do it. I'm actually very sceptical about United tomorrow. I would ordinarily think, yes, we'll just bounce back with a big reaction, but I don't know about the character in this particular United side, and then we've got a few injury problems on top. It could be a bit of a tricky day at the office. You would think we'd batter Nottingham Forest, but you just never know. Let's kick things off with a score prediction then. Get your thoughts and opinions in there in the live chat. What's your score prediction tomorrow? I'm going to go for Manchester United to win the game, but not in an easy fashion. I'm thinking a tough game. I don't know. I'm going 2-1 to United. Surely we will prevail against Forest. Surely we will prevail. But not overly confident about it, put it that way. Simon Warner agrees 2-1 to United. You'll still win 2-1 to Scott Problems. Yeah. You hope for a draw, Dan. Bloody hell. 3-2 to United, says Madhouse. Nice one, Niels. 2-1. 2-1, says Chappie. 2-1, says Mohammed. 3-0 Forest, says Joshua Whitfield. Dell's going 2-1 Forest. 3-2 United. 3. Okay, a lot of people still choosing us to win here. And so we should. We've got certainly, a lot more in terms of quality throughout the squad. Even if you think about our side being not up to standard for a United squad, it's still better than what Forest have got to offer. So you would think that, yeah, on paper, Manchester United should still win this game. It's not played on paper. That Fulham game wasn't played on paper. It depends entirely which Manchester United side turn up. Will it be a Billy Big Bollocks side, Manchester United side with a bit of grit and determination? Or will it be that same side we saw against Fulham, which was just a bunch of shrivelly melters? That's the question, and you never know with this United side. Ten Hag, he's got to get the best out of this side. Obviously, he's got to choose the right team for the job as well. There are some injury concerns. Let's get into some of the injury news and stuff. Obviously, you may have seen the presser earlier on. But Ten Hag confirms that Slabby Maguire is out of the running for the game. Get in there, my son! Yes! This means we get to see somebody else in the back line. I'm just half joking around here because, as I've said, this season, Harry Maguire has literally performed to a good standard for him. I'll give him a 6 out of 10 rating for the overall performance of the season, which is good. Harry Maguire's done good things this season for Harry Maguire. I think he's relished this opportunity of not having maybe the pressure of having the armband. There was all this to-ing and fro-ing in the summer. Will he be going to West Ham or whatever? He stayed in the end, and he sort of fought for his place, and he's shown himself to have a bit of cojones. Fair play to Slavo Maguire, but I'm still not at all bothered by the fact that he won't be featuring in this game tomorrow. And perhaps, we can see a different combination at the back there. It's not really a game changer for us if Maguire plays. Okay, fine, he's probably there on merit at the moment based on his recent performances and the gash lack of quality and depth that Man United have actually got at the back. He's there on merit, but also not bothered if he doesn't play because he's kind of half gash. This is it. You just never know with Slavo. But I agree, John. Maguire's least of our worries. I completely agree there. He's definitely least of our worries. He's been pretty solid this season, as I just said. He's had a decent time of it. He's not the problem. He's not the reason why Manchester United have been absolutely crumbled job in it. There's obviously a lot of players in this team that are melters. People like Rashford, Bruno's been off the boil lately. Many players in this team are not up to the standard really in terms of like their recent performances or just in general. Some of these players, not Bruno, but some of these players have had absolute years of mediocrity at this club and are still just here lingering on to some hefty contract. We can't seem to get rid of these bastards. That's the problem. But, that can only get you so far as an excuse. Still, the manager has to get the best out of the side. He's got these players who are underperforming melters and who are, poor characters within this team, perhaps, and have shown that over many seasons. And he doesn't have to select them, actually. So, he can choose his own team. Maybe he could choose a couple of youngsters. Maybe he can choose some players who have something to prove, to fight for, a bit hungry, rather than just choosing these prima donna melters who might be on 350k a week, but there's no substance to their play week to week. I'm talking to you, Marcus! Gashford, lad! You're a disgrace, Gashford! Unbelievable how bad a man can play when you've got so much talent. We've had such a good, prolific, season the previous season. You've got this big new money contract, and you all of a sudden don't even be asked to chase a fucking football for half the time now when you should be. I mean, let's just talk about that for a second. This guy is gash. Now, he needs to be dropped. We've talked about this. Rashford needs to kick up the arse. He's got talent. He's homegrown, all that, right? But yada, academy product, and it gets you so far. You want to see the performances. He needs to be dropped. He needs to be kicked up the arsehole with a wooden clog from Eric Ten Hag's locker and dropped. If he's dropped for a significant period of time, just maybe, he will perhaps understand that he has to perform in order to play in this game. But if you just keep selecting the guy week to week, regardless of his absolutely abhorrent performances, you're just sending the wrong message, not just to him, but to everybody in the side. So I really hope that Ten Hag doesn't select this melter. Well, there you go. Lilith says Rashford last year only played for the new contract, and once he's got his money, he's just gone to shite. Maybe that's the case, Brud. Maybe that's the case. But either way, Marcus Rashford probably will be featuring. I don't know. But this is not good news anyway. We've also got news that Rafael Varane and Bruno Fernandes are doubts for the game. Bruno Fernandes, from what I've read, hasn't actually missed a game of football for Manchester United since he's been here due to injury or, he's always basically been available and played a ridiculous amount of times for Manchester United. This could be the first time that he's not available due to injury, apparently, which, when you actually think about that, that's pretty wild. That's pretty mad. But Rafael Varane, on the other hand, he is Mr. Injury Prone. This guy's constantly in and out the side like an absolute melter. It's no surprise that Varane might not be available. Casemiro is available. Ten Hag was asked about Casemiro in the presser. Obviously took a knock to the head in the last game. There was worries about maybe him having concussion or whatnot, and Ten Hag just squashed that, said no, he is available, he is fine, basically, he is fine. But we do have some injury concerns at the moment. That's the problem. That is the issue. Man United have got a few players out now. Maguire's out. It's not just that. Obviously, we've got quite an injury list. If you think about our concerns that we've got right now, we've got quite a few players out. There's who's out at the moment. We've got Lissandro Martinez out, Rasmus Højlund's still out for a little bit, Luke Shaw's out, Wan-Bissaka's out, Tyrell Malacia's out, Anthony Martial's out, Mason Mount is out. These guys are all out, and then we've got, of course, Rafael Varane and Bruno Fernandes, who you can add to that list as well. Maybe. We don't know that they won't be playing tomorrow. I personally think that they will be featuring. Maybe this is just a bit of smoke and mirrors guff from Ten Hag there. Yeah, Sing Games get in there, my son. How you doing? He says, BS, Bruno ain't injured. He's just trash. What is going on with Bruno Fernandes, man? We should talk about Bruno for a second here because, yeah, talk about somebody with such great talent, but crumble jobbing it all over the place as a captain for Man United. Yeah, the leadership isn't there. The bollocks haven't been there. The determination, the fight to pull your team along in tough moments hasn't really been there. Not a great captain. As much as he has been a very good player for Man United, really don't think he's been a great captain so far. He's not been a great captain at all, actually. You viewed, thank you very much for the super chat there, my son. You viewed getting in here with the red devil emoji. Yes, my friend. Thank you very much indeed for the red devil emoji there and the super chat of love there. Get in there, you viewers. Get some love in the chat there. Maybe some red devils for him. Disco Dave, what a great segue, mate. What a great segue. He comments, don't agree with Erik Ten Hag's evaluation of Anthony. The fastest player over 10 yards? We need the best over 100 fucking yards, for fuck's sake. I know this guy's obsessed with like players being able to get into a quick transition, you know. He wants them to all transition really quickly, you know. I'm surprised he's not got them on some sort of like sexual reorientation medication. You know what I'm saying? Because he wants them to transition so quickly, these guys, from defence into attack. That's what I think what he's getting at here. When he first gets the ball, Anthony, he's the quickest over 10 yards. Okay, nice one, mate. Cool. What about what he does with the ball after 10 yards? What about what he does with the ball after 20 yards, like you say? What about his final product, which is shite? What about when he gets down the right-hand side and he's got the ball on his right-hand side and he can't do anything with it? He is obviously a quick player, Anthony, and he does have that burst of pace, and that's obviously great. It's an attribute that's important, acceleration. But it's not the be-all and end-all, is it? What good is the acceleration of an object if it just fundamentally ends in the impact of a sun or something? You know what I mean? Like, it's just rubbish at the end of it. Not good. So, but this is what Erik Ten Hag said about Anthony, and the situation of Anthony. He said this about Anthony. He said, Anthony will fight back, and I back him. I know from the past he's unstoppable. No defender can stop him because he's one of the quickest in the first. No defender can stop him. I can give you about fucking 25 examples this season, mate, of almost every single defender who stopped him. Here's how you stop him. Play him on to the outside. Play him on the outside because he's got no right foot. He literally has a swinging limb on that side of his body. So just don't show him onto his weaker foot. If I'm the coach of the opposition side, you're up against Anthony, you're the left back, the left centre back as well. Show him on to the outside because he can't cross a ball because he's shite with his right boot. So, it's pretty simple, really. I don't really understand what you mean. No defender can stop him. Watch all the defenders who've stopped him this season, Erik Ten Hag, and then tell me that. What do you mean? Either way, apparently he's the quickest over 10 yards, guys. If what you need is an Olympic 10-yarder, he's your man. He's your man. Never mind Usain Bolt, whatever. This guy over 10 yards. That's what it's all about. This guy's a fucking machine when it comes to covering that 10 yards, bro. So that's the most important thing in football these days, is covering 10 yards, guys. In all fairness, though, yes, it's nice to have a player with a burst of acceleration. But it's not the be-all and end-all, what I'm saying. Anyway, look, he said he's unstoppable because he's one of the quickest in the first 10 yards. Anthony now has to wait for his chance, and once he is there, he has to pick up. Yeah, so what he's saying, basically, is that he's actually finally realised that Anthony's been absolutely gash, and he needs to be dropped, and he needed to kick up the arse with a wooden clog, and he's finally doing that. Because Anthony has been guff. He has had some off-the-field issues which maybe affected him earlier on in the season. But regardless, you can't think about that. You just got to choose who's the best players for Manchester United on the pitch. And I think largely Ten Hag hasn't actually done that in regards to Anthony. That's why maybe there was that initial friction with Jadon Sancho. Then there's obviously put Facundo Pellistri out on loan. Not ideal. Not ideal from Erik Ten Hag managing that right side. You see Garnacho go over there. Looks like a natural wherever you put Garnacho. He's absolutely spot on over there. Yeah, I wouldn't disrupt that. Garnacho's doing great things over on the right-hand side. I just don't have that much faith in Anthony Dos Santos to go on and be like a really top-class player for Manchester United. If you look back after he's done playing and we think of him like, a fantastic player for us. I just don't see it because Ten Hag signed him. He signed him for big money. We've seen him for a significant amount of time now, almost 2 years, and he just doesn't seem to possess the necessary attributes that we need to have a top player. He might be very physically gifted in that sense. He might even be a bit dogged. He's more determined than most. He gets back, he gets stuck in, he defends, he tries. However, the substance to his game just isn't quite there. The statistics make for damning reading. His assists and goals this season, nothing. He's got nothing. It's an abomination to the right-hand side of Manchester United. So I do think, I'm struggling to see what he's going to give us long-term, but regardless, Ten Hag will stick with him. Ten Hag's backing him here. I mean, I see like Pep Guardiola over at City publicly, not criticising, but discussing Jack Grealish's dip in form this season and saying that, Jack will get chances. Essentially, when he starts playing better, he will get chances, and he's talking about this openly and frankly in the public, and it's refreshing, really. And this, however, is kind of sort of just like, I don't know. I mean, it maybe it is saying that a little bit, but it's also kind of just like glossing over the fact that he has actually been dog shite. And yes, I guess he's got this sort of responsibility with Anthony because he's paid a lot of money for him, or not he himself, but he's obviously greenlit this transfer of signing Anthony Dos Santos in the first place, and he's his signing, so he's probably going to like die on his shield with Anthony. That's what I think. He'll get so many chances while Ten Hag's here. But Ten Hag might not be here very much longer. He might be going in the summertime, which means that, well, what's happening for Anthony Dos Santos? I mean, let's ask the chat. If you had an offer on the table for £40 million tomorrow for Anthony Dos Santos from, I don't know, like some Saudi Arabian team, let's go with, a Jeb End FC or something, whatever. Like, who would keep him and who would sell him? Let's ask the live chat. Would you keep or would you sell Anthony Dos Santos for 40 million smackaroonies tomorrow, which is basically around about half what we actually did pay for him not that long ago at all? I think most people would probably be not that disappointed to see him go, as long as we were to, sign a good replacement and reinvest. Sell, buy, sell. Kingslayer says, package Anthony, Fernandes and Rashford. I said, you buy one, you get 2 free. Sell. Wow, Callum says I'd sell him to a human trafficker. Bloody hell, Callum, fucking hell. That took a dark turn there, my son. 40 million, hell yeah. Yeah, so, okay, well, that sort of tells a story, really. We didn't get any good value for money in that deal. He's here sort of playing a bit of a gas role for Man United, and we've got a manager who brought him in, who's got the faith in him, which I don't see the same faith. I've not got the same faith in Anthony based on what I've seen. But he knows him. He knows that he's done good things for him in the past. But even if you go and look at his statistics back in Holland, it's good. They're good. But it's not like something you think, oh, this guy's absolutely incredible, and then he's come over to United and been pretty bang average. The best time Anthony's had in a United shirt is the first couple of weeks he was here, and he was scoring goals, probably because people hadn't quite worked him out. He was a cut inside, shoot on his left foot, look for the top bins merchant. Then they figured him out, and then he's just unable to get the same sort of effectiveness going on. Kieran, thank you very much for your super chat here, Kieran. Let's get some big love in the chat there for Kieran. Thank you very much indeed. He says, at the moment, I'm trading for a pack of chocolate digestives. And not just any pack of chocolate digestives, the ones with the sheet of caramel in the middle, mate. It has to be. Those are the best. Kieran, good shout. Good shout. I mean, yeah, good shout. Thank you so much, Kieran, for getting in there with that. Not many people feeling like Anthony is really living up to things, basically. That's the theme here that I'm seeing. Anyway, speaking of Anthony and Bruno and some of these players that have been underperforming and Rashford and stuff, speaking of these guys, let's get into the team lineup. Before I do, we've got 172 legends in here. I'll ask you once again to smash that thumbs up button. Let's see if we can get 172 likes on the stream. Every little like helps the stream. It's free, you might as well. And it also helps us compete with clickbait merchants. So hit the thumbs up button, hit the subscribe button too if you're new to the channel. Get yourself involved. You do need to be subscribed to chat, but only for a minute. So hit the old subscribe button if you are new to the shebang and get yourself in it. Nice one, and we will have a Q&A at the end of the stream as well. But anyway, so let's get into the team lineup. This is predicted lineup for tomorrow's game. Now, there's a few things you've got to factor in here. There's obviously There's a doubt about Bruno Fernandes. There's a doubt about Raphael Varane. So it's expected that those two probably won't be featuring. There's a doubt about Marcus Rashford because he's absolutely trashford. And he should be dropped, shouldn't he? He should absolutely be dropped. There's a doubt about Shotbag McTominay, because will he be playing in there? There's a doubt with Casemiro because he's had a head knock, etc. There's a few doubts about certain players. But you know what I think Erik Ten Hag's going to do tomorrow, guys? This is my predicted lineup for the game. Not my lineup, but what I think Ten Hag's going to do. You know what I think Ten Hag's going to do, guys? I'll tell you what I think he's going to do. Exactly what you think he's going to do, and it's going to be the same old fucking tried and tested guff of what's available. And I think that this whole Varane and Bruno discussion about them maybe not being available, I mean, that's not very definitive, is it? Wouldn't be surprised if they start the game. I've gone with just the same old guff. I've just gone with the same old guff. Obviously, Ten Hag has discussed Bruno Fernandes and Raphael Varane being potentially out for tomorrow. That was discussed earlier, as we've mentioned. But personally, I don't buy it, my friends. I personally think Bruno, he hasn't missed a game in these years. The guy's not even a human being. He's some sort of cyborg machine type character. He's obviously fit and available all the time. So is it just the fact that he's absolutely shite and Ten Hag's dropping him because he's just terrible on the pitch? I don't know. I personally think that's what he's going to do. I also think he's going to play McTominay instead of Casemiro because Casemiro did have a knock in the last game. He did mention Casemiro will probably be, available and everything, but he did have a knock in the last game. McTominay and Mainu in the middle, I could see it all day long. Don't like it, but we are coming up against Forest, which should be good enough to get the job done against them. But, yeah. And then, obviously, he's talking about Anthony maybe having a break from the side. He could play players like Forson. You could have Garnacho over on that side. But because, obviously, Rasmus Højlund is unavailable and out, I kind of think that it's going to be something like this with Anthony Santos coming in there on the right-hand side, mate. Who else is he going to play? Is he going to play for us? No, he's going to choose his £85 million golden boy, isn't he? Isn't he, guys? Anthony Gashdos coming in there. And then over on the other side, Garnacho, because it's Alejandro, he must play. He probably is just as effective over on that right-hand side, but because Rashford's... Oh, he's going to play Rashford, isn't he? He's going to play him. I agree with you, what you said, Umar Asim. Play Scott McTominay up top for the game for the Bants. I like your style. He's got a goal threat, the guy. I'm with you, but this is just what I think is going to happen anyway. And then the back line, well, the back line kind of sort of, I guess, picks itself unless you do believe that Raphael Varane won't play in the game, which he might not because, as I say, Ten Hag did allude to the fact that Varane and Bruno are doubts for the game. So they're doubts for the game. Evans coming in for Slabo Maguire, who's absolutely slabbing it up at the moment, and he's got some sort of a knock as well, and Slabo's not available. Dallo and Lindelof with Onana in goal. That completes the lineup. Where is the youth? Well, PJ. So I hope I'm surprised. The reason I've gone with this predicted lineup is because I've seen Ten Hag just decide not to play very much youth in instances like this. When there's an opportunity maybe like this cup game to blood a couple of youngsters to maybe play one or two of these guys that could perhaps, put in a good performance because they're hungry with a point to prove and the chances are few and far between and it's a cup game. He hasn't really chucked anybody in there that often. So that's why I'm thinking he's just going to go with his tried and tested guff. What I would love to see is Ten Hag surprise a few people. And yeah, there is a couple of inclusions in there. We do see Forson starting the game, etc. But I'm not so convinced, mate. Mason Mount is injured, Rajat. Mason Mount is injured. Either way, Nottingham Forest should be a team that we should be able to beat, even with a sort of pretty guff lineup out. It depends on the players. Yes, this lineup, there could be some big changes to this lineup. We could see Casemiro in the middle. We could see Bruno Fernandes not available. We could see Varane not available due to the announcement earlier from Ten Hag that they might not be available. There could be some big differences in this, and I sort of hope that there is, so we can see maybe a few youngsters play. Here he is, Zayn Miyasi, here he is. Zayn Miyasi, what's going on there, my son? Thank you very much for getting in. He says, beat Man City for us, Piggy. Miracles can happen. Yeah, Zayn, nice one. By the way, I didn't watch the game. Is it still on? No, it's probably finished now. But the Man City Luton game, I didn't watch it. But I know what happened, and didn't Haaland, that absolute Vigo from Ghostbusters 2 looking melt, score 5 goals, mate? And De Bruyne got 4 assists for him. That happened tonight, didn't it? Yeah. Piss poor, man. I mean, just see, that's it. That's the sort of the difference at the moment. We just can't really steamroll anybody. City going there, steamrolling teams. You know, was it 6-2 in the end? I don't know, but either way, look, we're a bit off that, aren't we? But yeah, Haaland, 5 goals. Don't see any goals in that team. 0-0 ball fest, 120 minutes. Good shout, Disco Dave. Zamiasi, thank you very much. I mean, can we beat Manchester City at the weekend, guys? Just forget Nottingham Forest for a second. Do you think Manchester United get a result against Manchester City? Yes or no? A result could mean a draw. You know, it could mean a draw, but what do you think? I mean, I just feel like there's no way that this particular Manchester United side turn up and do City. I can't see it, guys. I just can't see it. Even like previous seasons where we had Ole Gunnar at the wheel, it sort of felt like we had a chance. Maybe we set up in the right fashion, counter-attacking team against a superior team at the time. You're admitting that, and you're playing to your strengths. And there was a unity about the side back then for a couple of seasons as well, where, you know, in those derbies, you felt like we could just play up. Well, I don't really feel like that about this set of melters right now under Ten Hag. The team doesn't play decent football. The style's gash. Like, what are we going to do to City? What are we going to do to City that we couldn't do to Fulham? You know, what are we going to do? No chance, no. I mean, I take a draw all day, man. I mean, it's this depressing thing. It's a depressing thing. But yeah, you would, wouldn't you? Demolition Derby, no chance. They can't stop Haaland. Shocking stuff, mate. Absolutely shocking stuff. Anyway, so there you go, guys. Not feeling too confident about it. There's the starting 11 for the Nottingham Forest game anyway. In regards to sort of Nottingham Forest, what's going on with them, you ask? Well, the form for Nottingham Forest is pretty gash. Man United's form before the last defeat against Fulham was looking pretty decent again. We had won, 5 in all competitions before that loss against Fulham. FA Cup form, 2 wins. Forest's form in all competitions, very sporadic, very, hit or miss. 3 losses, 2 wins and a draw in the last 6 games. You'd expect Man United to batter them tomorrow. It's a funny old game though, but you'd expect us to batter them tomorrow. So yeah, that's the form going into this one. Nottingham Forest's team, they've got a few injuries and stuff. Just to touch on this real quick, they've got a few things going on as well. They've got who else is so they've got Ibrahim Sangare out, Willy Bolly, Iena, all picked up unspecified injuries. Then Chris Wood remains out of a hamstring problem, blah, blah, blah. They've got a few concerns, but their lineup's probably going to look something like Sells, Montiel, Felipe, Murillo, Niakate, Danilo, Dominguez, Ilanga, Gibbs, White, Hudson-Odoi and Origi. Obviously, Anthony Ilanga doing some bits, a player we let go and probably could do with right now based on the fact that we've had issues with our wide players, the Sancho saga, the Anthony Dos Gastos situation, etc. We could have probably done with him, and he's actually had a decent season based on his stats. No, I'm not saying Ilanga would have been a great, would have been the answer, but he could have come in handy. I mean, certainly. We let him go, and he's done some decent things. Last season, he was shite for us. There you go. Jarvis Cocker, you absolute legend. What's going on, mate? Yes, how you doing? Big up yourself, mate. How you doing, mate? Great to see you. Hope you're doing good. What's your thoughts on the game tomorrow against Forest, my man? Zamiasi, here he is doing his best bloody impression of Yoda again, mate. Why does he speak backwards, this twat? Piggy, you have lost 15 matches. Good not, I think. Yeah, what's going on, Yoda, bro? Why are you speaking backwards, mate? Piggy, how? You have lost 15 matches. Good not, I think. Yeah, interesting way of putting it, Zane. Yeah, it's not good. 10 in the league. It's just disgusting, mate, the amount of losses we've got. Yeah, no, we're actually a pretty gash side. If you look at the goal difference, that says everything about us, really. That's where we're at. We are bang average. We're the sort of team that over a significant period of run of games, most 2/3 of a season, we've got a goal difference of literally 0. So I can't really defend Man United right now. I can't defend Ten Hag's Man United right now. We are pretty awful, and it's going to take a big upturn in form for Man United to convince me otherwise right now, because yeah, the unity doesn't seem there, the style isn't there, the way we're going about it in most of the games just doesn't seem all that good, even though we went on a bit of a run before that Fulham game and won some games, I wasn't still blown away with the manner in which we won a lot of those games or the style in those games. I mean, look at that Newport County game or whatever. I mean, we're really making a meal of most games. The style isn't there. We don't steamroll anybody. We just don't steamroll anybody anymore. Kieran, thank you very much for your super chat here. Bossy says, love watching your content. Genuinely a top guy. Kieran, my son, thank you for reaching through the screen there and touching my heart there, my son. Thank you very much there, Kieran. I appreciate you. Top man. That's very nice of you, dude. Shout out Niall Kane as well. Zane is Yoda. I knew it. Well, that wisdom's got to come from somewhere. Did I say wisdom? I meant bullshite. Yeah, you know it, my name is Dylan, mate. We're going to be going over there in a little bit. Thank you very much, Niall Kane. Yeah, we're good. Oh, we got 100 likes on the stream, have we? Sweet. Thank you, everyone, for hitting that thumbs up button. Yes, do drop the thumbs up on it if you haven't done so. Nice one. Cheers for that, guys. Yeah, so obviously the streams haven't been as regular recently in regards to Man United content. I've had some things going on, been a bit under the weather and, yada, yada, yada. Won't bore you with the deets, but now we will be getting back into the regular content every night and hopefully every day as well, coming up soon as well. And then there's gaming channel content. We just hit 5k subs on the gaming channel. Get in there, my son. If you're not subscribed to Flying Pig Gaming, you're having a mare. Subscribe to Flying Pig Gaming on YouTube. Zamiassi, he says, could you imagine Ten Hag a Jedi or an Ewok? Zamiassi, it's a very vivid imagination you got there. Ten Hag a Jedi. I mean, not really, to be honest with you, Zane. I tell you what I could imagine Ten Hag as if you just put him in hair and makeup for an hour or two. He would make a very convincing Darth Maul. Just say, you've just got to paint him red and black, give him a couple of horns. He's already got the bald head and that, mate. I reckon he'd make a good Darth Maul, but you'd have to obviously paint him. Yeah. Anyway, Ashley, thank you very much for your super chat there. Nice one. Don't know what you're on about there, my son. Don't know what you're on about, but thank you very much for getting in it. Walter White is a good shout. Yeah, definitely. Oh, yeah, definitely. Kojak, basically anyone who's bald. Exactly. Rajat, Dutch Stone Cold. Yeah, Ten Hag's a stormtrooper. Well, the question was specifically about Star Wars. Who's bald in Star Wars, guys? Wasn't that Emperor melt bald? The guy with a hood and the guy with a snuddy. The guy with a snuddy, he was bald under that snuddy, wasn't he? Yeah? The guy with the veins. That guy? I don't know, actually. Was he bald? Either way, yeah, maybe. Moving on. Moving on, guys. Let's move on. Right, so, yeah, that's basically it, really, guys. There's the sort of the preview for the game. We need to bounce back, obviously, after that Fulham debacle, not just in terms of a result, but in terms of the style and the performance also. We are putting a lot of eggs in the basket of this game, really. So I don't think Ten Hag's going to approach this lightly. I think he wants to go there and just get this game won. So I think he is going to play a strong, experienced side and hope that they get the job done, which, is all we can do. Is really just hope that this United side turns up and doesn't play like we did against Fulham, doesn't look completely devoid of any ideas like we did against Fulham and struggle like we did against Fulham. We're going to have to play a lot better than that. Forest will have a point to prove as well. They're struggling in the league. They're one place ahead of above the relegation spots at the moment. They don't know if they're staying up. This is a big cup run, for a team like that. It's big. Man United, though, we are really gashing the league for our standards. We're so far off of, top four even, massively off of the hunt for the Premier League. It's just not, we're out of Europe. Everything has gone wrong this season for United. So it's basically FA Cup or nothing, FA Cup or bust for Ten Hag this season. If we can get that silverware, then, great. That's something amongst the gash season. It really would be something. But it's a big if. Hey, thank you there, Kieran, for another super chat, mate. Get in. He says, Blackburn have been getting shafted by the referee in all game. Is that gone into extra time, is it? Clear handballs just ignored and a clear free kick denied just before 90 minutes. That's gash, lad. Blackburn Rovers getting absolutely duffed up there by the sounds of it, Kieran. I'll take your word for it. Nice one. Barno, are you Ten Hag in or Ten Hag out? To be honest with you, mate, I'm basically Ten Hag out. I know that might be a little bit like some may say knee jerk, but it's not really that little amount of time that this has taken shape in. It's been an accumulation. This season, has just been totally unacceptable. I would never put up with Manchester United, even if the Glazers shithouses are in charge and we've got a couple of gash characters in the team. Fundamentally, the manager can shape the side. He can play who he wants. He can change the style. He can change the fortunes. Look at Unai Emery at Villa when he come in and took over from Gerrard, or whoever. There's changes you can make with the personnel you've got to improve the situation. Last season he was good. He did do some good things. Manchester United won some silverware and we exceeded some expectations. But you've got to move, you've got to build from that a little bit. We were expecting to go forward a little bit. We've gone significantly backwards. The style of play is gone. The squad is looking pretty gash-tastic in terms of just like the quality throughout the squad, and he spent 400 million to help shape that squad, and I think 50% of his signings have been awful. The other 50% have been good, but the 50% is not a great hit rate. Some of them have been absolutely awful. Mount's an awful signing. Onana's an awful signing there. Anthony Dos Santos is an awful signing. He's made some stinkers in regards to the recruitment as well. It's not all his fault. It'd be nice if we actually had a recruitment team that could identify talents and get them in, and it wasn't all on Ten Hag with his little black notebook when he's come in here. I get it. It's tough. But at the same time, man, there's no reality that United should be on 0 goal difference at this stage. There's no reality we should be all the points we are behind Liverpool's right now. They've got a plus 38 goal difference, for instance. There's no way we should be 8 points off of Villa and all that in top, the hunt for top 4. These are facts I cannot get over. So, yes, he's got time. He's not getting sacked now. He will be here until the end of the season. I'm resigned to the fact that he's going to be here to the end of the season. And if he turns it around at that time, he can still change my mind. But he's got to do it. He's got to do it now. And if he doesn't do it, see you later on, Dutch Kojak. In the summer, time for a change. That's simple. So, that's sort of where I'm at right now. Thank you, by the way, Kieran, for that, my son. Also, Matt Mobley, thank you so much for getting in here. Says, do you agree with Rio's absurd claim that Arteta would leave Arsenal for Man United? I haven't even seen anything about that, Matt. So he said that Arteta would leave Arsenal for Man United if we came a knocking. I mean, I don't really agree with that. No, not at this particular moment in time. It's actually not the most attractive job right now for United, for a manager coming in. We are not even in guaranteed Champions League football or anything next season. We've got gash owners. There's a bit of a toxic environment. The squad's a bunch of toxic melts. Nah, I actually don't think that's the case personally. I disagree with him on that one if he said that. Lobot was the bald guy, the guy who worked for Lando Calrissian in the City of the Skies. Right, yeah, let's say that guy. Plus, Lobot, Robot, it kind of makes a bit of sense. Get in there, Jarvis. Good knowledge. Stephanie Griffith, we got 111 likes. Nice one. Zami Assi says, Rio out of order with his comments. Right, yeah, you see, this is... I haven't seen this, guys. I actually haven't seen this. You have to forgive me. So Rio Ferdinand's been putting the old digs in, saying that Arsenal are an absolute Mickey Mouse banter operation, and if a proper club like Man United came in for Sharteta, then you might want to go. I mean, I honestly don't think that is true, to be fair. Not at this situation, not at this moment in time, maybe a few years back, but not at this particular moment in time, because he's been there for years. He's built up that team, and they're further ahead in terms of like what they're doing than United. It's not like their league's ahead, but they are a better outfit than us at this moment in time. So I don't know about that. Zamiassi says, will you do a play along for the new Final Fantasy VII? Zamiassi, I don't know if there's many people that want to be too interested in seeing that other than you, bro. But don't bet your house on it, Zamiassi, lad. It's probably not going to happen. No, yeah, I did see that, Papa. Yes, just no surprise, is it? Kevin De Bruyne got 4 assists as well. That whole De Bruyne-Haaland combination, it's not going away anytime soon, mate. Yeah, not feeling good about the prospect of coming up against that at the weekend. Ten Hag could play Robocop. Get in there, my son. Yes, lad. Well, I mean, Robocop, yeah, he doesn't have any hair, but he's not really bald either. His face just sort of stops there, mate. So maybe he could, yeah. Thank you for your cooperation. Good shout there, Zamiassi. Yeah, nice, mate. I can picture it now, actually, yeah. Except we might have to give him an orange Robocop suit. I'm with you, Rajat. Why not? Smash a 1 in the chat if you'd rather see McTominay play up top rather than Marcus Rashford. Smash a 1. And I'm not even kidding. What's Rashford proven? He's not proven anything at striker. certainly not a striker for us recently. So, goodness me, yeah, I'm with you. I would rather see Scotty Colostomy Bad McTominay up the top of the pitch there than Marky Gashford. Gashford just deserves to be dropped off. He does. He deserves to be dropped off the side of a building. No, he deserves to be dropped out of the team is what he needs to be. Lots of ones coming in the light chat here. Shout out all you legends. Madhouse, Zeros, Kim. Yeah, it's worth a try at this point. I know he can actually score some goals. He's actually got a goal threat. And he's a big, strong, physical lad. He's actually kind of got all the hallmarks of a good old-fashioned Scottish centre-forward, as in just a big unit. I don't know, like some Duncan Ferguson type vibes. He can score a goal. He's a tough lad. He's strong. Why not? Why not? McTominay up front, Iceman. Yes. Mike Jones is up for it too. No, it's crazy how consistent that Haaland is and just how beastly he is. Yeah, it's piss poor. John, thank you for the $1.99 super chat. John going in here, mad one. He says, bet you can't wait to get smashed by us on Sunday. Oh, John. My honest opinion on that Sunday game is just the reality is that, yeah, we're going to struggle to get anything from that game. We're not where we need to be. You guys are a bunch of cheating shithouses assembled using absolutely cheating shithouse methods for years. You're a well-oiled machine of cheating shithousery. So it's very unlikely we get anything from that game. I'm sort of resigned to the fact that, yeah, it's going to be a bad day at the office, mate. Zamiasi, thank you for your super chat. He says they can't make Robocop now. It's too anti-woke. Is it really, Zamiasi? I suppose. There's lots of films back in the day that they just couldn't really do now. Lots and lots and lots of films, mate. That's something for another day, mate, to be fair. That's something for another day. Zamiasi, thank you very much for getting in with another super chat of absolute drivel. I really do appreciate it. Hey, what's going on, MUFC Willis? How you doing there, my man? Get in there. He says, we paid 90 million for a Brazilian spinster. Good shout. Yeah, no, it is actually pretty redonkulous. Like, we have a human dreidel playing for us on the right side. Will he play tomorrow? Probably, because Ten Hag paid all those smackaroonies for him. And he's shite, and he's kind of got to stick with his guy because he's spunked a shitload of cash on him, and he brought him in on his recommendation alone. So he's stuck with him. He's kind of like Andre Onana's situation as well. While Ten Hag's here, Onana will play. While Ten Hag's here, Anthony Dos Santos will play. John says, Piggy, bet you missed me. City fan. John, yeah, definitely missed you, mate. Yeah, definitely missed you and the other City fan in the world. Yeah, nice one, mate. Good man. Anyway, John, thank you very much for the love. It's all banter, isn't it, mate? Yeah, nice one. It's just a matter of time before you shithouses get found out and sacked off back to the bottom of the Football League and, hopefully get years and years of punishment and titles rescinded and all the rest of it. But we can dream maybe it won't happen because, let's face it, you're a bunch of cheating bastards who just make things go away by paying people off. That's right, I said it. Your team's a disgrace, mate. So enjoy it while it lasts because hopefully it won't last much longer. It's going to be vintage Piggy against City. Anthony is doomed. He will be sold. Yeah, but for how much and to who for? And for who to, I mean. Like, how much are you going to get for Anthony now? You can't get a lot for Anthony Dos Santos because he's been proven to be a useless fidget spinner who has made a mockery of his £85 million or whatever it was price tag. Nobody's going to give you anywhere near that. They might give you 15, 20, 25 million for him, but they're not going to give him what we paid anywhere near. And I don't know if Man United are going to sell the guy, and then his wages are probably astronomical as well. Good luck. Good luck. It's another player who's just come in and he's probably unsellable already. Anthony should be in the Cirque du Soleil instead of Man United. Good call. It's all banter, John. It's all banter. It's all banter. We got Manchester City CEO. Well, yeah, okay. There's obviously some good things that have been done at Manchester City. They've used their ill-gotten gains well over the years, and we can obviously see what job's been done. You have to say that Manchester City, compared to Man United over the last 10 years, they've made strides in every single department. It's not just on the footballing aspect of things. It's everything. Their scouting network's grown. Their recruitment is obviously first class. Their facilities have always improved and been upgraded. And, every single aspect of what you want to try and push your club forward in every direction, they have strived to do that. And they've had that guy, obviously, at the helm for a while. So Man United just trying to capitalise and get somebody who can actually run this football club. I'm not opposed to it, to be fair. Anthony's an expensive squatter. Anthony looks like an anime character. He can act for Beyblades. He fits in really well. Beyblades, those spinny things. Yeah, nice one. I see what you did there. Good one. You got a ticket today for the Everton game? Go on, Iceman. Isn't this the guy we got the ex-Newcastle guy in to do the transfers in and out? Probably. Well, that's what I mean. Like, there's obviously big problems at United that we need to improve upon all areas, and yeah, we just got to do that. I mean, hopefully Ineos coming in will drastically change the setup in the summer. He's going to put Anthony on because it's not a good team we're up against. He's going to do well and show everyone he's a good player, but obviously he's shite. Yeah, okay, so prove me wrong, Ten Hag. This is the starting 11 I think Ten Hag going to select. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong, Eric. I don't want to see the same old usual guff. Yes, he's mentioned Varane and Bruno Fernandes are potentially not in the game, but I still think they're going to feature anyway. Marcus Rashford should be dropped. Reckon he's going to play. Anthony Gashtos is going to play, I reckon. Prove me wrong, Eric Ten Hag. Let's see a couple of youngsters. Let's get Forson in there or something. Let's get a couple of youngsters in there rather than just the same old tried and tested guff. Let's see maybe Scott McTominay up the top there or something different. Let's just see something different, Ten Hag. Prove me wrong, Eric. Prove me wrong. Okay. Let's get into the live chat for a few minutes, guys. Let's get stuck in Raw. Thank you, everyone, for listening to me waffle on here for a little while here. This is the preview for the Nottingham Forest game going on tomorrow. We said it at the start of the stream, but there's more people in here now, so we'll ask it again just before we get into the live chat for the Q&A. Get your score predictions in for the game tomorrow. I am going 2-1 to United. I think the potential guys on the score sheet, I'm going to go Alejandro Garnacho. And you know what? Scotty McTominay, mate. I'm going to go Scotty McTominay because he's got an eye for goal. He's basically our top goal scorer this season, isn't he? I don't think it's going to change. I'm going to go Scott McTominay for the dubs. So I'm going Garnacho and McTominay scoring the goals to win us the game 2-1 in a tightly contested gash affair against Nottingham Forest. 3-1, 2-1. Oh, really nice. The shootout's underway in the Newcastle game. Oh, nice one, mate. Keep us up to date. What's going on there? 1-1 says Dan Real. 4-2 says Fick. 2-1 says Rajat. 1-0 Anthony Winner. Our new Mark Robbins. Get in there, my son. Going for a 1-1 with Pens win for us. Great chat tonight, by the way, guys. Like, seriously, thank you for joining us for the preview. Loved it. We've had some great chat tonight. Oh, mate. Connor Walsh says 1-0. Duncan says 4-0. Yeah, make the most of it. Not too bad, mate. Thank you. Hope you're good, mate. Much love, Mike, lad. 1-0 says Kingsley and Langer to ghost you guys again. Oh, man, yeah, that's a bit of a concern. 1-0 says Iceman. 2-1 says Keanu. 2-0 says Must Play. Stephanie's going 131 likes. Get in there, Stephanie. 3-1 says MUFC Realist. 3-2 says John. Just off work. Hey, Stephen Shipman, welcome in, you legend. Thank you for getting in. Simon says, would love to see the Geordies go out tonight. Yeah, big time. 2-1. So it's penalties, right? Yeah, keep us up to date with what's going on there. Surely Man United should beat them. The Geordies have been struggling a bit as of late, haven't they? They definitely have. Chappie says, most people said Eric Ten Hag needed a lot of time. Oh, how the worm turns. Well, you do need time. You do need time. And I'm personally, my thoughts on it are he's had plenty of time now. He's had quite a lot of resources. If I was Ineos, I'm not so convinced about investing further hundreds of millions in his ideas, in him. In the summer, you know, when there's possible other options. However, he's still here and he's still got time to change that opinion. Like, he can turn it around. If he goes on a tremendous run now and restores some of that quality and unity to this United side, and we actually see the team play like a team and fight out there, then, you know, there's every chance that Ten Hag could stay on in the summer. 1-1 in the shootout, both missed one. Oh, Disco Dave. Zamiassi says 500 bet you have one more meltdown. One more meltdown when though, Zane? I mean, the meltdown is probably going to be Sunday, mate. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not taking that bet, bro. One more meltdown. What? All season? Of course we're going to fucking melt for the rest. Have you seen how many times we melted already this season? I mean, that's just crazy. Oh, really, Kim? Piggy's Jams highlights changed to Gav's football highlights. That's quality, mate. That's good. I love that. Same smoking alien shit as usual. Bloody hell. It's who knows what cocktail of drugs Zamiasi's on tonight. Who do you want to replace Eric Ten Hag? Well, it's not really about what I want, is it, Red Devil United? I mean, I wish it was. I like Carlo Ancelotti. I think he's a big bollocks coach who could come in and knock some heads together and get rid of some melts and, you know, just fix us in the short term, based on his track record. But that's not going to happen, is it? Who else is there available? You know, you got your Nagelsmanns, your Unai Emerys, your De Zerbis of this world. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm not... Daniel Farker. Yeah, Daniel Farker would be available, yeah. To be new Manchester United manager, yeah. That would be absolutely wonderful. Zamiasi says, Piggy, do a watch-along from Area 51. Zamiasi, you do realise I don't live in Nevada, mate. You do realise that. If I'm to do a watch-along from Area 51, I have to get on a plane and literally go to America, lad, and go to Nevada to do that. Now, unless you're going to finance the trip, I'm not doing that. If you want to finance the trip, I'll do it. Nut says Area 69. Come on, my son. The very even lesser known area there. Yeah, Zay must go back to Area 51 so he can fit in. Dude, Zamiasi, thanks for the super chat there, though. Nice one. Right, let's continue with this chat anyway. Thanks, everyone who's been in. Let's see if we can get 150 likes also. Keep hitting the thumbs ups, guys. As I say, these regular evening streams will be back 9:45-ish every single night. We're getting in here with the news streams. Obviously, tomorrow the game's on, so we'll be watching the game instead. But watch along tomorrow on the channel, half an hour before kickoff. We will be on about 7:15 p.m. for the game. Man United versus Nottingham Forest. Away from home in the FA Cup 5th round. We're going to batter them. Mohammed, what's going on, my son? 3-3 in the shootout. Oh, crikey. It's a bit of a tense one in this Blackburn game, eh? 3-3 in the shootout. Crikey. Bloody hell. Go on then, Blackburn. We can play Tom. It's very sad what happened with Blackburn Rovers, in all fairness. Like, they just got bought by some Indian chicken company. And then they just literally drove them into the ground. They had that Steve Keane melt as a manager. Man, Blackburn should be in the Prem, shouldn't they? They just are a Premier League team. They just are. Big support. You know, they literally won the Premier League back in the day. You know, so, man, such a shame. But also kind of funny. Anyway, your money's on Blackburn. Nice one, Urbano. Good man. Last one, 4-3, says Kim. 4-3 Newcastle so far. Oh, no. Ting says, I'm saying Nottingham wins on penalties 1-1. Oh, gosh. Oh, no, Newcastle won. Oh, yeah, the Venkies. That's it, Natalia. The Venkies stitched them up right proper. Newcastle win pens. Right, guys, so we're going over to my gaming channel now. That's the prediction. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Like the video. Smash the subscribe if you're new. Click the bell icon for notifications. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Twitch, and Kick at Flying Pig United. And also come over to the gaming channel now because we're going over to do a cheeky little FIFA stream here. We've got a stream set up for, well, just a couple of minutes' time. Come over and hang out with us. We are going to be playing some video games. Come and check this out, guys. Here it is. FC24 stream now. I'll post it in the chat and pin it to the top of live chat. Please do come and join us if you're around, you want to hang out tonight. Come over to the gaming channel and join us for the show. There it is right there at the top. Yeah, nice one, Dan Real. See you for tomorrow's game, mate. Thank you. Come and join us for the game, guys. Cheers, Disco Dave. Weren't they the first to win the Premier League? No. They weren't, mate. No. They won it in 94, didn't they? 94, 95? I mean, it was 95, 96, 94, 95. I can't remember, but they weren't the first, mate, no. Because it was us who were the first, mate. Wasn't it 92, 93, mate? Either that or was it the season before Leeds United won it, didn't they? You can't remember. Yeah, it was Leeds. Leeds won it the season before Man United won it for the first time in all those years. Yeah. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching the stream. Cheers. Make the most of it, everyone. You can come back, have your say after the stream's finished. Please do come back, have your say. Get your thoughts in regards to the score prediction for the game and also your team lineup. Who do you think is going to be selected? Please do come back after this video is finished and have your say in the not live comments section. Oh, it was the old Division 1 they won before, right? Yeah, that makes sense. They won the last one before the Premier League. Stephanie Griffith, let's go. Right, guys, like, subscribe, comment. See you in 2 minutes' time over on the gaming channel here. Hang out over there and I'll be right over, guys. Get in there, my son. And if you're not subscribed to Flying Pig Gaming, there is the link right there in the chat. Please do go and subscribe. Catch you in a bit, peeps. See you in a bit. Nice one, Simon. Yep, see you in a bit, everyone. Have a good night and we'll see you tomorrow for the game. Come on, United. Let's smash those Robin Hood melts right up. Come on then, my son. And their band of merry melters. Oh, yeah. See you tomorrow, guys. Thanks for watching. And I'll be back with a watch along half an hour before kickoff. Make sure you set your reminder. The stream's already set up, so come and join us for that, guys. See you then, and see you in a minute over on the gaming channel. Good night. God bless. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in a bit. And remember, when the seagulls follow the trawler, as this is because they think sardines will be thrown into the sea. Thank you very much.